Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Realize it's been a bit of a delay for my latest update. Unfortunately, real life has caught up to me and therefore I've had very limited time in the hobby room. So as you can see, I got a bit of a change in the background. So for those of you who don't know, there's a Facebook page associated with this channel name. And on that page, you know, we basically cover off everything we cover in the videos. There's some extra content, whatever. If you want, go check it out on Facebook. It's Chessie Systems Canadian Operations, Blenheim Subdivision. You can find us on Facebook as well. I was lucky enough to come across a gentleman that was looking to get rid of some of this stuff. Now he's a gentleman that had a backyard railway. He had some Chessie collectible stuff. Both real as well as hobby related. Super nice guy. Not going to name names. He's been gracious enough to gift a lot of amazing things to me. So as you can see here, got some original cross arms from Sub 1 right out of Blenheim, which is really awesome for me because that's the exact spot that I'm modeling. So as you can see up here, this was the Blenheim East sign for the yard. That obviously came from Blenheim, which is exactly where I'm modeling. So very excited. Some really cool things. Track safety standards, some pictures. There's caution, watch for switching rail cars. Great to have some real history related to the line in the hobby space to help inspire and drive me. So got together with him again just a few days ago. Went over a bunch of really amazing photos. He brought over some photo albums. Took a look through some things. Well, social distancing, of course. So that was really amazing. Some great history. His grandfather worked for the railway, worked for the CNO, and you know, had some fantastic pictures of UREO, the coaling facility there, you know, and a lot of steam engine stuff, which was amazing, which was really cool. So I feel blessed to get a hold of this stuff. Got some really cool stuff. Got a full switch stand, which if you go to the Facebook page, you can see pictures of that, as well as a crossing signal and all kinds of that fun stuff. So fits in perfect with what we're going for down here, which is great. As for work on the layout, not a whole lot has been done. I did start shaping some foam, and for that I was using this wonderful tool here. So you can buy these at Home Hardware, and it does a really good job of shaping the foam and giving you some contour before you go ahead and apply the you know, whatever you're using, sculpt, mold, etc. I'm to the point where I need to start putting down some ground cover. I'm also still, unfortunately, waiting on some turnouts. I was trying to be the good hobbyist. I wanted to support my local hobby store, so I got a hold of him. Oh boy, this was back in April. Now, obviously, with everything going on, I've been very patient. No problem. They're not in. Not a big deal. You know, things over the last couple weeks are kind of starting to get back to normal. Or, I mean, you know, stores are starting to open up a little more. Figured I'd be able to get a hold of them. Got a hold of the gentleman, and unfortunately, no, they're still on back order. I can order them from Credit Valley tonight and have them here, you know, in the next couple days. So, unfortunately, you know, I've been patient. My patience has run out. I want to get my yard done. I want Blenheim yard done so that I can start proceeding. I'm leery to proceed to the next step of the layout until I have my yard done, get all my track situated, figured out, and running exactly how I want it. I really don't want to start, you know, ballasting and finalizing things until I'm sure that I have all the bugs worked out. So that's why there hasn't been a whole lot of progress on the track. I have done some more painting, some detailing and weathering on the track itself. A lot of it is ready for ballast. Started laying out a few buildings, which I'll take you through and show you. My father was gracious enough to gift me a bunch of really cool stuff, things that are going to work well, that I can kit bash to help represent kind of the industries that are in Blenheim. That being said, some really good news. Obviously, here in Ontario, just a little bit of background. Back it up just a second. For those of you who don't know, I'm from Ontario, Canada. A small place sort of in between Chatham and Windsor, right along the old CNO Sub 1, which is awesome. It's actually in my backyard. But I also have a 6-acre hobby farm. Obviously, this time of year, this is why I've been a little negligent on the channel content lately, is with a 6-acre hobby farm, horses, chickens, all that fun stuff. This type of weather hits and it's time to get cracking. So I'm doing a lot of cutting, I'm doing a lot of baling, and I'm doing a lot of work to get the farm up to snuff for the season. So had a few big projects there. We're putting in a windmill for our pond that we dug 3 years ago, just to aerate the water. So just a little background so you understand why I've been a little negligent as far as content goes. But in Ontario, the COVID-19 restrictions are starting to ease a little bit. So it's going to be really exciting. Actually, on Saturday, I'm going to be able to see my dad for the first time, basically since I showed him the layout at Christmas time. So again, a little bit of background for those of you who don't remember. This is a project for me and my dad. This was kind of his Christmas present. Put up some bench work and said, "Hey, Dad, let's build a layout together." Unfortunately, with the whole COVID thing, he hasn't been able to get in and get his hands dirty per se, working on the layout. So really excited this weekend to finally see him, get him down here, and see what we can do. Hopefully, maybe we'll have a good work session Saturday. Told the wife it's Saturday's train day, so I want to maybe take him out, do a little bit of rail fanning in the Chatham area. Hopefully there's some power kicking around, and then come back and we'll do some stuff on the layout, do some figuring, and I'm looking forward to his input. I'm trying to figure out the best way to sort of lay out my town scene that I want, which will be just south of the yard. I think that's right, south of the yard, if I'm not mistaken. So excited for that. Really excited to see what he thinks. Let him see the progress. He's been following along on the videos. Hi, Dad. And he's been enjoying him, but doesn't beat getting down here, turning on that power pack, running some trains with my dad. So pretty excited about that this weekend. It's going to be really fun, and see what kind of ideas we can come up with. So that's pretty well it. The fascia, very happy with the fascia. That was the last video, I think, was the fascia. Now that the paint's dried, everything, I'm actually, the black is growing on me. We'll see when I start adding color and vegetation and all that fun stuff to the terrain aspect of the table, and see if I'm still happy with that black choice or if I'm going to change it. But right now it's clean, it's crisp, it's looking good. It's looking very good. So the wife has actually been working on figuring out a sheet system for underneath, so that I can kind of hide all my storage and tidy up that look. And then kind of once I'm happy with the track plan and I start getting some of the the background done, as well as the terrain to the rear of the layout, then we're going to start talking balance. Get some for the lights, box it in a little bit, just direct that light a little better. Right now, pardon me, it's kind of like a flood effect. Cheers, by the way. Happy hobbying. It's kind of like a flood effect, which is great. You get to see all kinds of stuff. So we'll see what kind of improvements we can get with the balance. So that's sort of a catch up on what's going on. I will definitely take you guys off the tripod in a minute here and just give you a quick walkthrough of the layout so you can see what's going on. Take you over, show you where I shaped that foam. The next two, that's it, two projects or goals that I have. I catch myself with as busy as I am. I get outside, I do my work, I come home from work, I do more work. I actually go to work to have a break, and I come back to the farm, do my farm chores, and then, I come inside, relax with the family and whatnot. But I'd like to sort of try to get some nightly hobby time in there. So to do that, I've got a bunch of cars that, again, my dad's gifted me, some fantastic rolling stock. But unfortunately, I'm not the kind of guy who likes nice, shiny, new stuff rolling around his layout. So I've got a bit of a chore to get some stuff weathered and conditioned for the layout. So for this next week, I want to be try to be religious on this. I'm going to weather these two cars this week. So this week I'm going to weather them out. I'm going to try to snap some photographs and maybe throw together a quick like 3-4 minute video on the process that I use to weather these cars. Share that with you guys, and hopefully somebody can take something from it. There's a lot of great content on the internet already. YouTube, JC's Rip Track, Ron's Trains and Things. There's so many different places that you can go to get this information. Basically, I want to distill it down and make it real quick for you. For me, it's hard to get the time to sit down and watch a 20 or 30 minute video. So if I can distill the process that I'm using down into a 3-4 minute video for you guys, I'm going to do it. But the goal here is to get some hobby time, get some time down in this room on the bench, and do some weathering. Get my rolling stock ready to go so that once this wonderful monstrosity over here starts getting some terrain on it, I'm going to be happy with the cars that are on it. So stay tuned for that. The weathering portion is coming. Just be patient with me. Real life has sort of kicked my ass the last little bit. So hope you guys are enjoying the content. I'm going to jump you off of here. We're going to go over, have a quick look at the layout and what's going on, and then we'll come back to wrap things up. Okay guys, here we go. This is as it stands right now. I have this spur here. That is going to represent standard tube. So I need to work on something industry-wise right now. I just have a couple buildings there as filler. And I'm going to try to do a double spur here for basically an in and an out. This is going to represent Warwick's, which was a seed drying facility, if I'm not mistaken. And then this is obviously Blenheim Yard. I do want to do the engine house back here and the machine shop. This is up to the station. This is where I'm planning on doing my town scene with my crossing here. So this will be a grade crossing right here, and then around obviously into the Y. That's going to be a fairly wild vegetative area, and then there's going to be another industry with 2 spurs here, just buildings as filler. And then again, this is supposed to represent Fargo and the interchange. And then here, I think what I'd like to do, in the Chatham Kent area, our ditches are massive. They're very large drainage ditches. So as you can see here, I've cut that into the foam. I'm going to use Sculpt-A-Mold in here. I am considering actually putting a pond in right here. If you drive out to the Diamond at Fargo, it's very there's a lot of wetland right in and around that specific area, so I'd like to represent that with some sort of pond here. I was going to do pond, or I was going to do field. I'm not quite sure. These spots here, I think this is going to be farm with whatever this agriculture related industry is going to become. And then here I think I'm going to continue on with the sort of Blenheim town theme, which will then tie into the crossing and then sort of what I would call Main Street, I guess. So lots of options. These are the turnouts I'm missing to finish my yard, and then diverge. So I need another turnout that's going to push out over to Warwick's with the engine facility and the machine shop, as well as going this way, which would represent the third rail that would have crossed the grade crossing, but probably will not in my layout, just to represent the coaling facility, things of that nature. So still a little bit to go, still got some track to lay, but overall very happy. Engines are running great. I really enjoy running this Seaboard Systems locomotive. It's smooth, it's fantastic. I really enjoy it. So obviously some wiring to clean up. I told you we were going to touch on the wiring. I'm not there yet. I do want to have sort of a stand here that will go under the layout, and that'll have my power pack and my selector switches and all that fun stuff, as well as the toggle switch for DCC at some point. So that's it, guys. Nothing much else to see here. we'll jump you off of this and we'll go back to the desk and have a wrap-up chat. Okay guys, so there you have it. That's sort of where we stand right now. Very excited. I will promise to post up photographs and write up on the process that I use, as well as a quick video for weathering these two bin hoppers. They're great. They're one is Atlas and one is Athearn. Very nice models. Looking forward to giving them that road grime, weathering them up, make them look a little beaten. They're going to look great sitting at Warwick's waiting for some seeds. So I want to thank everybody thank everybody for subscribing, and look forward to getting more content up for you guys in the near future. Who knows, maybe we'll be able to get Dad on the camera here, do a quick video chat about our thoughts on the build. So at any rate, hope you guys have a great hobby week. Cheers. We're almost through this. Hang in there. We'll be back to normal and meeting each other at training shows anytime now. So take care. All the best.